This is the follow me video for M2, to do, commit, and push. I noticed that there are a bunch of different tabs open up there. I like to have things clean, so I used right-clicked on that top and said follow me. I then double-clicked on M2 to open it. I read that it says this is a comment, line 15, print something. This file is called a module in Python. So this is line 50 of the M2 module. The file will have the word to do in it at various places. That means you should do something. Here it says to run the thing, so I just did. I'm going to resize my windows so that it all shows up here in this video. You won't need to because you've got it using the whole screen and have set your windows up nicely. But there it is. It printed hello world as expected. And let's see. So the to-dos tell you what to do throughout this entire course. All you do for every single exercise is look at the first to-do, do whatever it says to do. Then look at the second to-do, do whatever it says to do, and so forth. We just did to-do 1. Now we're doing to-do 2. To-do 2 says to look at those little blue bars over there, and you can see that when I hovered over them, it showed things. And you can get from one to-do to the next by clicking on those blue bars like I'm doing now. Try it out yourself. Pause the video as needed and try out going from blue bar to blue bar just to get used to it. Then, once you're used to that, you're going to go back there and change the to-do to something else. I always use done. And you'll notice when you do so that the blue bar that used to be over there is gone. And the good thing about this is as you do your to-dos, if you change them to done when you're done, you'll see the blue bars go away one by one. And at the end, when you see no blue bars, you know you've done all the to-dos, that you didn't accidentally skip something. So form the habit of changing your to-dos to dones as you go forward. It's not a requirement, but it'll just simplify your life. The next to-do says to add another print statement below that comment. So I'm going to do one. You do whatever print statement you want. So pause the video now and put some print statement, and then go ahead and run the program. Pause the video, write a print, run the program. I'm running it using the green arrow. I could have right-clicked and done the run M2. The green arrow runs whatever module I most recently ran. So when I switch off to module M3, I'll have to go back to the right-click and run to get it to know that I'm doing module M3. The green arrow will work fine for a module once you've right-clicked in that module and tell it to run. The next to-do says to add another print statement that prints the product of 3,607 and 34,227. Pause the video and do that right now, and then resume the video after you've done that and run it to see if you get an interesting number. I'm going to show you an error, so don't type what I'm typing here, but I'm going to try putting it in just as it says, 3,607 times 34,227. Now this is an error, so don't type it, but watch what happens when I run it. What I get is 3 numbers over there. That's because the print says to print 3, comma, so the 3 shows up. The product of 607 and 34, which appears to be 20,000 and some, and then 227. Bottom line is that when you want to print numbers or do things with numbers, you don't put the commas. So I'm now going to run it again. And there's that interesting number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If you're like a little puzzle, you might think about how in the world I came up with 2 numbers that multiplied together yield 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's see here. To do 5 says to look over there, and you see how the color is changed on M2. For you, it might be blue, it might be some other color, but the color will change. That means you've made changes to the file locally on your computer, but you've not yet sent those changes up to the copy, to the original up in the cloud that we will grade, we'll look at. To do so, you go off to VCS and you select commit, just like there. It will bring up a box that looks something like this. You're going to type in the commit message done or something like that. Eventually, it'll matter what you type there when you work with team members. But when you're working just yourself. Doesn't matter what you type there, but PyCharm's going to make you type something. It'll probably remember done once you've done it once. Then you're going to do the little pull-down menu down there and do commit and push. Not commit, the pull-down arrow, and commit and push. When you do that, for you, it'll probably go straight to doing the push because of the setup you've done. But for me, I haven't done that setup, so I had to do the additional push step. In any case, yours should print pushed and then 2 commits or some number of commits to origin master. Pause the video now and commit your work. Again, it was VCS and then commit and then follow your nose. The video is now showing you that if you ever forget to push, you can do VCS, git, and then way down there's a push opportunity. Make sure you don't have any blue bars, and assuming you don't, and you've successfully done your commit, then you're good to go. You can and should commit and push as often as you want. It just backs up your work to the cloud. There's no downside to it. So do it frequently, at least once per module. So we've finished M2, so I've done a commit and push. Make sure that you've committed and pushed your completed work for M2, that you had all the to-dos done, and then you're ready to go on to the next Follow Me video.